Good morning, everyone. This is Linda from Linda's Soup Plants for you. Welcome to my channel. I'm having to hold up my tripod right now to capture the whole plant that I am about to repot. So I apologize if it's shaking a little. This is my pink polka dot plant, and I had it on that windowsill and sitting on that vase that's in the window there. I don't know if you can see it. And it just took off. Yeah, that's my cyclamen next to that. That's, I think, pretty much done. I don't know why, but I can't. I think my watering habits aren't what they should be sometimes, and I think that's why that happened. But anyways, we want to dwell on the positive, right? So I'm going to set you down here. Hopefully give you a good view of what I'm about to do. I'm hoping this will work. Okay, and before I get started, excuse me, I want to let you all know that in my previous video to this one on Repot the Pot, where I did the succulents, I don't know what happened with my camera. My camera's fairly new, so it shouldn't have these kinds of issues, but when I went to look at it in my camera, it actually cut off at one point and then started filming again. So I don't know if there's some kind of auto shut off in there or what, but at the end of that video I was asking for people to keep a lookout for me for the string of hearts, and then also for the Begonia maculata. They've got long, slender leaves with almost perfectly round white circles on them, or dots. And I want those two plants so very bad, and I've wanted them for well over a year. I waited till spring because a couple of the stores that I purchased my plants at said that they would have them in the spring, but they don't have them. And the people that work there said they've never seen them there. So I don't know what's going on there, but I have a feeling that the only way I'm going to get them is to order them via the internet. So I may have to, break down and just put my information out there. I'll probably go to Logi's because I trust them. And I do believe I know they at least had the begonia. I'm not sure about the string of hearts, but I wanted to let you know I didn't just end my video abruptly. It was a camera issue, and I apologize for that. Okay, so I'm going to get started here now on this one, and I bought this plant it was well over a year ago, and it was, get this out of the way for a moment. It was in a little teeny tiny pot, probably about this big, maybe a 2-inch pot. And I've had these before in the past, and they never really did all that well for me, so I almost passed it up, and I thought, I'm gonna try one again. And the last one I had was probably 30 years ago, so I thought, well, why not? So today, well, I just showed you the windowsill I had it in. It was growing so fast, I couldn't keep up with it. And it started to drape down, which is kind of neat, but I already have a plant that I'm doing that with, and so I thought with this one I would try to put it into a trellis and see what happens. And I got myself a trellis at the Dollar Tree. No, I left that in the other room. I'm apologize for that. I'll have to run and grab that, but that's what this is going to be going on. So we're going to put it in this pot. And I got this at the Dollar Tree, believe it or not. I went back to get more, but they didn't have any more, and so I was kind of bummed about that. And again, we've got drainage holes down here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I made sure that there were enough in here so we didn't have any rotting roots. And I got this at Stein's Garden Center. It's just a drip tray, and that fit real nicely under this. And like I said, I got this one at the Dollar Tree, and this was $1, and I got this one at Stein's, and I think this was $3, which I think that's kind of pricey for these drip trays, but you know, we need them, right? So have to pay the price, I guess. All right, so let's get started. And remember, we all know what this is, right? It's my old dirt pot. Now on this plant, I'm probably going to save this dirt, but I don't want to just dump it into here because I want to check it first. But because I've just repotted this not too long ago, I am probably going to reuse this dirt. Okay, so we're going to take the pot like we always do, and we're going to loosen it up. And you know what? I think I'm going to move you guys up a little because I don't think you're getting all of this. There, I hope that's better. All right. And the soil is, whoa, really tight in there. Nope, that does not want to come out. So we're going to use our root loosening tool. Some of you will recognize this as a butter knife. But that's what we use it for, right? And I know I'm not the only one because I see others doing it all the time. So I don't feel bad. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Probably a good thing I'm doing this today. Okay, and there it goes. Wow. Those are some healthy roots, folks. And look at the amount. Definitely needed to be repotted. I'm so glad I'm doing this today. And I know I've got a few more plants that have that same issue, but sometimes our best intentions, we do what we can when we can. That's all we can do. I try not to be too hard on myself. when things get by me. Life's too short to stress over little things. Okay. I don't think I'm going to do too much to this because I don't want to disrupt these too many of the roots here. We're just going to loosen it up a little bit. And yep, the soil still looks to be in really good shape, so we're going to reuse that and then we'll add some to it. And alright, and I'm going to grab my trellis. And I just need to be more prepared, I guess, so you don't have to keep waiting for me. Alright. And that's going to go in here. Now, I'm already seeing a problem. I would like to see this bottom piece pretty much in the dirt, because this top is going to get very heavy. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty tall. And I don't want this to get top heavy. So I think I'm going to have to cut this off on the bottom. Make these shorter to ensure that this gets into the dirt. So I'm going to go get my tool. And I apologize again, I didn't think I was going to have to do that with this one. And I can't put you on pause because my camera, if it does that, I'm not sure how to do it. And if I shut you off and restart it, I'm going to have the same issue I had with my last video, even though I didn't do that. It was the camera, but I could not splice those together, so I don't want to take that chance. So if you will just bear with me while I go and grab my wire cutters, I'll be right back. Okay, this is actually, I believe it's called a side cutters. That's probably the correct term for it. I don't know, if my husband was here I would ask him, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. So I'm going to probably right here so that we have some of it sticking down in the dirt. And we're going to snip that. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. And it doesn't have to be even or an exact match. There. Much better. Much better. Okay, now I have to figure out how to get this in here because it's round and this is oblong. I guess I'll have to move my trellis to one side and then just put this in front of it. I think that'll work. And before I fill it with dirt, just so this is a little more movable and pliable, and I don't think you're still getting the whole thing here. So I'm going to move you up again. Yeah, that ought to do it. And if you notice, when once I tighten the camera on the tripod and I let go, it falls a little bit. It's a used tripod and I think it's just a little worn. So I try to, at the beginning, I try to make it a little higher than it needs to be so that when I let go, it falls where it needs to be. But anyways, that's where we're at. And you probably didn't even care or need to know all that, but that is kind of an aggravation. Now the reason that I didn't put the dirt in yet is right here. Right now, if I were to try to pull down on this stem, it's a pretty firm, sturdy stem. So if I try to push it down too far to put it in the bottom part of this trellis, I take a chance on breaking it. So that is why I want this to be able to be moved around here. So we're going to start with this one. And now you know the optimal way to do this. And I'm sure some of you are probably thinking, why didn't she just do that in the first place? Well, I really didn't expect this plant to grow like this, so I didn't have the foresight to do it. But yeah, I often say better late than never, and in this case, that's definitely going to be true. Alright, so we're going to put these through the back and then bring them back through the front and just kind of intertwine them in and out. Being ever so careful not to snap them. Like I said, they're very sturdy, very brittle. And I'm going to show you a better close-up here when I'm done, but I want you to see the excuse me, the overall picture as best as I can. Oh my goodness, there is so much new growth down in the throughout the stem, on all of these stems. Oh, I can't wait to see this in full when these start blooming. I'm sorry, when they start when the leaves down the middle here get bigger. I don't know if you can see that. I hope so. There are stems, little clusters of new leaves all along the stem. And just imagine how full that is going to be. Wow. That's crazy. It's exciting. Okay. Alright, this is coming up through here. And that's pretty much almost at the top. So what it does and where it goes from there is going to be up to the plant. It's probably going to grow up a little bit higher and then start to dip down like this and then come back up like it did when I had it in the pot. But I mean, I don't know. That's the way I'm gonna have it for now, and then we'll see what happens from there. Okay. Pull this back through. And while I'm doing this, I would just like to take a moment to thank those of you that have subscribed to my channel and have taken the time to make a comment. I really appreciate just being able to talk to other plant friends, because, you know, people that don't get into plants the way some of us do, they don't understand. And I know it sounds a little weird, and maybe we are a little weird, but that's okay. Alright, I see a dead one here. I'm going to cut that off. I saw a video with the Houseplant Chronicles and Harley G. And for those of you that are plant crazy people like myself, you, I'm sure, know who they are. They have awesome plants and videos, and they did one together not too long ago, and I haven't laughed that hard in a very long time. And they were talking about how people perceive people like us plant crazy people. And I could relate to everything they were saying, and obviously so did a lot of other people, because there were a zillion comments about that. And so if you haven't seen that, you should go and watch it. It'll if you're having a bad day, it'll definitely cheer you up. And it was basically just talking about the things that we all have in common. For instance, do you ever go into a store that has a plant department and walk out empty-handed? Things like that. But I'm not going to give it away. You need to go watch it for yourself. But it was one of the, maybe the third last video that Harley G did, I think. But you'll see the two of them on there together, so go and watch that and give yourself a good laugh. Okay, I think this is good the way it is. You know, we don't have to wind it around too much. It just needs to have something to kind of secure itself to, and it looks pretty secure. So I don't know, what do you think? How does that look? Can you see the whole thing? I'm going to add some dirt now, and then I'll try to give you an overall view of the whole plant. I don't think you can see that right now. And I just want to remind you that, you know, I've got a number of videos out there, but I'm still very new at this, and, you know, figuring out technical things on cameras and computers is a little challenging for me. I mean, I gotta say that with time I can usually figure it out, but it's something that a 20-year-old could probably come in and do in 5 minutes. Sometimes takes me 5 hours. But that's because I'm old. And that's my excuse. But the good news is, I don't give up. I keep trying. And I will continue to as long as there's breath in me. So, as long as my viewers are okay with my mistakes and my oopses, I'll just carry on. Okay, and remember the last video I did was also a repotting. We're going to have lots of those in the next week or two. You always want to keep, for those of you who don't know and who aren't real plant enthusiasts and just starting out or just learning, you want to try to keep a good inch, inch and a half at the top of your soil level so that your water doesn't run out all over when you water your plants. However, when you first repot, keep in mind that that soil level will go down. No matter how hard you try to get it where you want it, it will go down some more after it's watered because it settles in and it gets out all the air pockets and what have you. And you don't want to push down too hard on the roots because you don't want to risk breaking them. And well, that was actually a lot easier than than I was expecting, so yay. Oh, and I would also like to give a shout out to my wonderful sister-in-law, Kathy, in Germany. She's been following me as well. And she actually was going to try and see if she could locate that string of hearts for me. And she asked me what the, rules and laws were as far as shipping plants from Germany, and I honestly have no clue. I'm thinking it would be a lot of work on her part. I think they have to go through, when you watch Summer Rain Oaks, I know that there's a form that she brings up every now and then that has to be filled out, and the government or somebody has to go through it, and they have to inspect the plants, and I'm not sure if that's the case for Germany or not, but I'm assuming it is, and I don't want her to go through all that. So hopefully someone in the U.S. will know of a place where I can get that, and I live in southeast Wisconsin. If my husband will drive me, I'm not able to drive due to my health issues right now, but if my husband will drive me, and I know he will, even if it's 2 hours away from where I live, I'm sure we could go on a Saturday, and he would take me, and it would be fun. So, if anybody knows of any place, let me know. Otherwise, I guess, just continue to look for it, and we'll see what happens. Okay, I think we're good here. Not sure which is the front and the back now. I think this probably is going to end up being the front for today. I will be, I'll have this in the window, and what I do is rotate it. So I'm going to put this side towards the outside, and then I'll put the back towards the outside. I kind of just keep an eye on it every day when I'm checking on my plants and watering and looking for bugs and things or problems. When I notice that all the foliage and all the color is on one side, then I turn it so that it gets to the other side. So that's how I've been doing it when it was in the regular pot. So anyway, that'll be it. I hope that you enjoyed this. And again, this is the pink polka dot. I do have it in a south window. However, it does not get full sun all day long because there is a tree out there. And that tree shades it from about 1 o'clock on. Then it's like dappled sun. So here is the whole, oops. Well, there's a close-up of the leaves so you can see the beautiful color in there, right? And, wow, we're already at 30 minutes, huh? Time flies when you're having fun, huh? I try to make shorter videos, but for some reason they just never work out that way. Alright, I have to loosen this screw, folks, so bear with me when I jiggle the camera. I apologize. Okay. Look at how tall that is. And just to put things in perspective, I'm going to say it's probably about 2 feet tall. And then the light got in the way too. Okay. So, there it is. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And stay tuned for my next video. I've got a lot of them coming, folks. I've got an upside in my health right now and a lot to do. And I want to share it with all my plant friends. So I will be maybe bombarding you with videos, hopefully, for the next few days. And hopefully that'll continue. Alright, you all have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Please don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And comment. I'd love to hear from you. I need some more plant friends. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.